You're listening to The Mentality Show, only on LA Talk Radio.
Hi there. I'm sorry, folks. I just saw Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, the movie, and I'm all Mr. Rogers out. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Hey, neighbor.
Was that dude not? I know he was, and I know he wasn't accused of sexual stuff, but man, he matches.
Cool. That we know of.
Man, that's why so many people trusted people like Mr. Rogers, who ended up getting, fucked.
Yeah.
So
he fits the bill.
He fits the bill, but he wasn't a bad guy.
He's
Mr.
never-
Rogers was actually a good guy.
Mr. Rogers is a good guy.
He was never under any Jared accusations. Hey, stand up to
He's
Mr.
good.
Rogers, man. He's
That's
cool.
right.
He's
Right.
a good guy.
Right.
No
But if anybody
evidence.
comes to you and goes, "Hi there, would you like to come inside and see what I can show you?" Get the hell out. Get the hell out of that situation.
Immediately.
Especially
Right.
with this guy coming next to you.
Exactly.
All right. Anyway, we have fun here. This is welcome to episode 37
37,
of the
man.
Mentality Show. That's what we got going on right here today. That's right. Man, it's so good to be here with you folks. It's so good to have you here. Welcome. It's almost the end of the year. There's so many things going on here in the world. And today's show is a little different. As you know, we usually have guests on the show and we talk about different things. And we kind of focus on the guests depending on who they are. But today is kind of an unscripted show. We're just going to kind of free for all. We have a few things we want to talk about. We do have one main topic. It's called double standards, about how men and women are treated differently in society. And we're going to get into that a little bit. But before we get into that, we got some things. As you know, we talk about everything on this show, gentlemen. We focus on everything. It doesn't matter what's going on in the world. We don't care if it's sex, race, politics. We talk about everything. Relationships, exactly. We talk about everything from Donald Trump and all of his lies to the content on this show being so offensive. Viewer discretion is advised.
All right.
That's what we talk about. What else do we talk about, Vatovia?
All right, Vatos. From all the breaking news and speculation to where all of our mentalians are the product of pre-ejaculation.
That's why they're our fans. That's why they love us. Right?
Thank you, mentalians. We love
All you
baby.
pre-ejaculates out there.
There
we
you go,
love
baby. All you guys out there.
From Donald Trump and all the shit he did to another hot teacher caught fucking one of her kids.
That's right. We're going
There
to talk
it
about
is.
that today.
Unbelievable.
We got that
I said
today.
one time it's about once a month that this comes up on the
About
news.
once a month,
And
yeah.
it's true.
Yeah, happens every period. Right? Chicks feel like fucking every time they have their period. These hot
Unbelievable.
teachers. I
That's
guess,
right.
These kids are getting asked at a crazy level right now. I mean, the
Yeah.
game is crazy.
Yeah.
Cell phone pictures at 15. We didn't even have cell phones till like,
No.
you were paying for it yourself.
Right.
So,
We're going to get into
Game
that.
is
Yeah.
We're going to get
game's
into that.
crazy, but
We cover so many things. What do we cover, LaShawn?
let's cover this other thing that's going on. Now that the Lakers' expectations are up with LeBron, don't expect the same for my black ass rhymes. I'm LaShawn the Don.
Back
All
to
right.
normal then.
And he's back.
Yeah.
So what else do we cover there, Scullion?
We cover from titties to dick pics to who the fuck are all you pricks?
That's right.
Joe Daddy.
That's right. Titties and dick
These
pics.
nuts.
These nuts.
That's who I is.
Yeah, so we cover all these things here on the show, and speaking of that, we got a lot of stories, a lot of interesting things that are happening in the world that have happened in this crazy world we live in. So, gentlemen, I'm just going to open the floor. What do you want to talk about? What do you want to address? What's happening in the world? Sculligan, you're our news guy. What's going on, man? Tell us.
I mean, we should probably be talking about what Tex E brought up.
What's that? Oh yeah, the hot teacher
Teachers.
fucking kids, right?
Take it on down to West Virginia.
Okay.
Take me home, country road.
Nice.
You know what trips me out, man? Like when I was growing up, I never had a hot ass fucking teacher. You know, and I never had the opportunity to fuck one either.
Yeah.
There
What
you
the
go.
fuck? What happened? Where were all these teachers when I was growing up, man? What the
Well, let's hear the story.
sure.
What happened? What's going on with the story?
Well, I mean, the meat and potatoes of the story is just that this teacher in a middle school, 28 years old, was caught sending nude pics to one of her ex-students. Apparently, he's not going to school, but either way, 15-year-old kid. His mom found his phone. I don't know what his mom was doing with his phone, but come on, settle down, mom.
Yeah. So he was
Is that
15
wrong?
years old. He's 15 years old now.
Yes.
And she basically sent him some nude photos. And she's 28. You said 28.
28.
15 years old, 28 years old. Man, that is some nice. These kids, yo, you talk too damn much.
Yeah.
Okay?
You do.
As you said about
do.
Tov, when I was 15 years old, when I was 14 years old, that's when I discovered, what I can do with my dick, right? And there's still so many things I discovered afterwards. I would love for a 28-year-old teacher, someone in authority,
A hot teacher,
to
too.
show me what to do with my dick.
Look, she has a card.
Yeah, yeah.
She
This
has
chick was
access to your
was,
grades. I mean,
she
there's
won
a win-win.
an award, right? She was a hot.
Yeah, she was
Miss
Miss. Oh,
Kansas.
there you go. Miss Kentucky,
Miss Kentucky.
2014, rolling in.
Look her up.
Okay. Wow.
Come on, Miss Kentucky can't go roll in a bar and grab some old fuck.
Yes, she can, and that's the problem. See, it's a sickness. I've worked in the private sector. I've worked at different jobs. Worked for the county.
He was
and there's women.
He was a fluffer.
Yeah, there you
Private
go.
sector.
I did some fluffing in my days, but we weren't supposed to put that out there.
I'm sorry.
But there were women there that would totally overlook a grown man like myself, good-looking guy, well-spoken, all these things. I can go on and on and on.
size.
She can.
All these things who would overlook a man like me and go fuck a kid. I worked with kids, and these women, there's been women there called fucking kids.
There's a reason
Yeah.
why they overlooked
It's a sickness. It's a sickness.
Well,
Because
yeah,
they didn't want. What did you say?
How
Like
big
I
are
said, they can't handle a full-size dick. Go get yourself a
Full-size dick,
full-size dick. They're swinging around everywhere. They're all out there. You can get one.
It is
Yes.
a double standard
Confidence,
in
confidence.
society too. It's a double standard because it's like
Yes.
most people would not get mad at this kid like people
No.
like us. Unless it's my son, then I'd be like, man, fuck that. But I kind of hate on the side, but then I'd be like, hey, yo, son, for real though.
You know his
You just
homies are loving
smashed
him.
like a 30-year-old.
Yeah. I
Almost
know.
like that's
What's up?
crazy.
You give it to
crazy.
good.
Did you wear rubber?
And his homies are like
Probably
5'5",
didn't.
like
Yeah.
dude.
Fuck yeah.
But I
dude.
mean, of course, but the only one that looks bad here is the teacher and whoever she's fucking, because that guy looks like a total jackass. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, you're not even putting the pipe down.
Yeah.
She's searching for 15-year-old dick. I mean,
Yeah.
that's fucking.
You mean the
That's-
dude
that's
that she's
depressing.
with, the grown man that she's with?
yeah,
who
whatever
dated
grown
or
man that
married
she's
to.
she's fronting as her dude.
or whatever grown man
it's like-
she's dated.
or
You know what I'm saying?
dating.
Has-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that means
that
you ain't.
15-year-old got game.
And here's the shit. Here's the double standard. Now you got a guy out there, a fucking male teacher, trying to fuck around with a little 15-year-old girl.
See,
that's
yeah.
Oh, it'd be a totally different
Double
story.
standard.
for
We're gonna
sure.
get
It's a
into
double
that.
standard
Double
for sure
standards.
on that, because
Exactly.
then now I'm hot. Just because you said that.
Yep.
But before it was just like, you know what? It's the way society has made it. You know what I mean? Like, she'll probably get 6 months probation.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
dude would get like 6
15
years, 15 years.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Then he's a lifetime sex offender. all
As he
these
should
things.
be, and as she should
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
This isn't right. I'm not condoning this in any way, shape,
Oh,
or
it is
form.
so right.
But
so
for
right.
the 15-year-old, yeah, it just it's less frowned upon.
Yeah, it's less frowned upon. Exactly. If we were a show of women here and we found out a man fucked a little 16-year-old
yeah.
girl,
Hang him, man.
we would
Hang
not
him
be
by
here
his
like,
nuts.
girls, you need to be quiet and
Nope.
take that dick. No.
Yeah.
But
beat
look
the
what
shit
we're
out
doing
of
here.
them.
We're men,
They're
and
right.
we're saying, good for you, little 15-year-old boy. Make sure you get that ass. Shut your mouth. Don't tell your boys and enjoy. That's
Like,
that's
no.
the double standard.
It is
It's
fucking
Women
wrong.
were like, castrate
It is
that
wrong,
motherfucker.
period.
Well, I
We
think
all
a
have
lot of
kids.
women.
We all have kids here.
Yeah.
So it's like, we're feeling that way for that particular kid, but
Right.
our own son, we show more concern. We'd just be
Right.
like, you know what? I'd be pissed off. I'd be
Fuck
like,
yeah,
you know
I'd be
what?
pissed off.
Nah, man. You're taking advantage of my child.
Right.
All the extras, but. Just looking at it from an outside perspective, it's kind of funny, and that's why we're here. We're mentality and
It's falling in hell. It really is. Where the fuck was that bitch? She didn't even fuck.
I had a math teacher that was fine in 9th grade. She just had coffee breath like a mother. I was like, damn, if you didn't have that coffee breath, girl. But yeah,
Man, I don't have a son. I have a daughter. She's 13. But I can imagine if I had a 15-year-old son and I found out his 28-year-old hot teacher that I probably wanted to fuck, he fucked. I would be like, son, what's her number? Let's double down on this bitch, man. Let's work this out, man.
Right.
Son, let me show you how it's done. You know what I mean? But would I be upset about that if I found? Would I be upset at the teacher and proud for my son at the same time? I guess because of rules of society,
a double
I would be
standard.
pissed off at the teacher and
Definitely.
upset. But there's still this factor where I'm like, damn, son, you know, that's how you do it. You
I
know?
feel like I know how you feel.
But don't touch my 13-year-old daughter. Don't even go anywhere near her.
exactly.
I'll kill your ass.
I mean, I have kids too, and I have a son and I have a daughter. By the way, shout out to my son, 19 years old today.
Hey,
Happy
what
birthday.
up?
Happy
It's a
Happy
busy
birthday.
That's
grown ass man.
Yeah, he's a grown ass man.
No more child
No
support.
more child support. That's it.
Happy fun.
That's what we're clapping
That's
for.
one out the way. I got
Over
one more to
18.
go. Over 18, he's good. Yeah, but you know what? Same shit. Like, you know, he had some fucking hot teachers and shit. And if he would have got some, well, fuck, I would have been pissed off. But you know, it's kind of like a bittersweet kind of thing. So it's like, fuck, you know, like why my kid? Why couldn't it happen to me?
Yeah, exactly. Why my
We're one
kid, not me?
generation down from our fathers, right? Like, just think about your dad. And I don't know how you guys' dad was. My dad was from Philly, a little rough around the edges, and he would just probably been like, "Hey, son, that's what's up." And crack a beer open.
Dicker, son,
You know,
dicker.
dicker, son. You know, but you know, we're a generation removed from that now, so it's just like more like, hey, you know, this shit ain't the same.
We're
you
a
know?
generation of a bunch of pussies, man.
Fuck
because
yeah,
There was
fuck
another
yeah.
Ding,
another
fucking ding.
story.
He said we.
Another story where they banned that song. It's cold outside. It's a Christmas
Oh,
song.
yeah.
What?
It's a Christmas song, and it talks about what's in.
I really can't stay, but baby, it's cold
Yeah.
outside.
But there's
I
some-
must
yeah.
go away, but it's cold outside. Yeah,
And
yeah.
then there says, "Is there really what's in my drink?" She says in one of them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so now it's
That's what
now it's a
got it
date
right
rape
there.
song. All of a sudden.
Wow.
Just
Yeah.
fucking people. But the
At
Sublime,
least she asked.
right?
Yeah.
The Sublime song "Date Rape" is not enough, right? That's cool. But a 40-year-old song is not cool.
Unbelievable. Unfucking. See what I mean?
Ridiculous. That's stupid.
This world is
It
becoming
is, man.
the Me Too movement. I'm so for it, and the people that it's helped. But sometimes we as a society just take things way too far.
yeah.
and
On the
go overboard
on the
with
flip
things.
side, it's stupid. Like,
Yeah.
come on, people.
That's what happens when you give stupid people a smartphone.
Yeah. Hey, it's like
Start
you know,
tweeting
it's like
Well,
the,
how many millions of stupid people have smartphones? now?
Fuck
Fuck
a lot
yeah.
of
Just
people
give,
shit.
them, just give them all a platform. They won't shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Let's
they're
ask-
gonna definitely take over sooner
Let's
or later.
ask Siri.
Well, this whole
Yeah,
thing
what the
started with a disc jockey. You know how they play Christmas songs
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
the radio, and this one particular disc jockey, I don't know where he's from, decided we're not going to play this song because this song is a
Date
little
rape
too
song.
Bill Cosby-ish for me.
He
Yeah,
did, man.
and everybody's like, "Yeah, he's right. You know what? That song does have a." And then all of a sudden, it just spread out. It
fucking
went
idiots are
viral, and people now they don't want to play the it's cold outside.
You know
song.
what? That's what the what is the Pledge of Allegiance and shit? Because it said pledge to under God, whatever. Because
Yeah.
it says God in it. Are you fucking kidding me
Yeah,
right now?
yeah.
That's some stupid ass
It
people.
should
out
be
there. I'm
under.
sorry.
It should be under our Pledge of Allegiance to the. They'll say flag.
Yeah.
But you can't say God, you know what I mean. So you worship your
the
country
flag, yeah.
more than you
Who cares,
worship
man?
That's what's
your
crazy.
Creator, and you know, everybody has their own beliefs and what they believe in, and that's fine. To me, that's fine. Believe in what you want to believe in, but don't push your beliefs off on me or what I'm teaching my kids. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
And
Keep
this
that shit at
this
home.
country was
Sure.
built, being talked under God, and it's like now
Yeah.
all of a sudden they want to change that shit.
Yeah.
Hundreds of years later, or 100 years later,
Yeah.
it's fucking ridiculous.
What is the other shit now? Everything's like gluten free. Fucking bread has been
Yeah,
made
it's
over
fucking-
fucking 3,000 years already and shit. And all of a sudden, they discover a year ago that's just gluten free.
Yeah.
Hey,
After
what the
3,000
fuck is
fucking
gluten?
years.
What
I don't know
is
what
gluten?
I can't even spell gluten.
Sounds
bro.
like booty, you know? Like,
But listen, you know the
Booty's
Oscars,
Maximus.
the Oscars with Kevin Hart. That's another thing. Like it's
Yes.
kind of like becoming a bully situation. We respect gay rights. We respect like anybody's rights, you know.
Right.
But it's like when you're going back to people like, man, you were still in your daddy bag and you had an anti-gay thought. You know, you
Well,
need
what's
to
the story?
apologize for that
What's the
shit.
story in case people don't know this? Sean?
Apparently, Kevin Hart was asked to do the Oscars. He was gonna do it. He signed on.
Yeah.
They told him, you know, apparently he had some tweets that were negative towards the gay community, and they asked him to apologize or re-apologize because evidently he apologized before.
Right.
So he declined. He said, "I'm not gonna apologize again. That's
Right.
it." You know.
Right.
And this was for, and then this is for a tweet he sent out.
Tweets. Yeah, he sent a couple
was-
of tweets like 10 years ago.
It was a while
It was
ago.
a
It
while
was
ago, like
like
10 years ago.
get over it. Like this is
Yeah.
actually a form of bullying because
Yeah.
just to break it down in full perspective, the guy that won the Heisman, Dixon, I think his name is Dicker, son, Dicker. He's a quarterback, whatever, bomb ass quarterback. He had to apologize for tweets he made when he was 14. I mean,
Wow.
give me a fucking break. That's absurd.
that's
Like
the shit, dude.
we understand everybody's rights, and when I was a kid at 14, God, I don't even want y'all. I wouldn't want anybody to bring up what I said when I was 14.
Yeah.
You know?
Don't even remember the shit I said. I just said something about my dick when I was 14.
Yeah, and then,
you know, I would have. All my tweets would have been about my dick when 14 years old.
it's all
I believe it. I believe it.
It can't, yeah, I still talk about that today.
Yeah.
It would have come back to hunt me. Yeah.
It's appropriate on our show because this is just a men forum, but whatever. This is a locker room talk. But, you know, when we're talking about, hey, this is the Oscars, he's a funny guy. He's obviously successful.
He's a
Everybody's watching
comedian.
his movies.
He's a comedian, folks.
Yeah, like-
as long as it's a punchline in the end, as long as you don't use the N word.
I think
And like old boy Kramer, who
Kramer,
you know,
yeah.
nigga, bye.
punchline,
You know,
yeah.
where's the punchline?
Yeah.
You know, nigga, I'll see y'all in Cleveland next week. You know what I mean? Come on, have a punchline. So as long as there's something funny in the end, and Kevin Hart, most of the shit that he tweets is usually funny. It has some type of punchline.
Yeah, he's going for the
just-
laugh. He's going for the laugh, and I think
That's the way it is, man.
he did a lot of like him and Will Ferrell did a kissing scene. So I mean that should
Yeah,
erase
exactly.
any type of like homophobia.
That's the shit.
And-
Like
and,
everybody's being too careful. I mean,
Yeah.
I get it, man. You know, but everybody's being too careful on that shit. Like Texie said, everybody's being a pussy nowadays.
Yeah,
Like, what the
they're-
fuck?
like everybody's afraid to have free speech. You know,
Yeah,
like
man.
you can't talk or because someone's gonna step on you or bully you or fuck your career up. You know, I mean, which
They're
is
they're fucking jokes, man.
Yeah.
That's
That's
all it
it.
is. They're jokes.
jokes.
Keep them up.
I get the fact. You know, I get the fact
Joke
that
on.
I get
Go
the
ahead.
I get the fact that there's people out there that are, you know, they get offended and because you know some shit happened in their lives. Okay, we get it, but you know we want to laugh. We want to laugh.
Yeah,
you know, we
let
wanna fuck
loose.
around. Yeah, let loose, fuck around. You know what I mean? What the
Right. By the way, I want to say this, Sam. If you're listening, can you
we're not on
make
Facebook.
sure we put?
We're
Yeah.
not on Facebook. We're on only LA Talk Radio right now.
Okay, we're supposed to be on Facebook though, right?
We're not.
Okay.
So I'm sorry.
Sam, if you're listening, we need to find out what's going on as far as why we're not on Facebook. Also, if you could put the number on our screen, if you want to chime in to any of this as far as what we're talking about, the number is 818-570-5085. That's 818-570-5085. We'll go ahead and find out what's going on with our Facebook feed. But we are on latalkradio.com. So if you're actually listening to what I'm saying, you know this. So I don't.
I know.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess for those of you who are watching on YouTube in the future, that's how it is. Okay.
It is what it
So yeah,
Technical difficulties.
technical difficulties. It happens.
difficulties?
Difficulties. I'm still got
Dicker, son, Dicker.
Dickercuties. So we talked about Kevin Hart. We talked about the Heisman Trophy winner.
Dicticles.
It's the things that they say, the things that you say. Just be careful what you say today. Even we have to be careful on this show because it could come back to haunt you. Be careful what you do today because it could come back to haunt you.
Yeah.
We don't know where this world is leading. We don't know what's happening. As you mentioned, LaShawn and Dunn, this is kind of a form of bullying.
Yep.
LG barbecue, whatever these people are. You know,
LGBTQ,
you know,
Sorry.
everybody has rights. Everybody has choices and things like that.
Yep.
But a lot of people may not agree with your choices or what you do, and if they
That's okay.
express that,
Right.
if they express that in a mean, harmful way, then it's fucked up, okay? But if somebody says, "Look,
But it's
hey,
my
you know,
right to voice it in a mean, harmful
Absolutely.
way. So
Free
if you get all
speech.
butthurt, fuck
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up, and move on.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
LGBT community would be as powerful as
There you
the
go.
Church of Scientology.
There you go. And for future references, ladies and gentlemen, we want to apologize for all the disrespectful stuff we said over here. It's your discretion is advised.
Viewer discretion. And as long as you say that, I can say, "Fuck you, bitch."
You know what?
Viewer
We
discretion.
don't apologize. Just drink a goddamn beer.
Yeah.
Sit your ass
Relax,
down and
fuck
calm
up.
the fuck down.
I'm sure that apology just waves were felt across America. They all felt so much better
Yes.
when they heard that apology.
Yeah,
See?
it
Thank
changed
you.
their fucking life.
So do I say it in Spanish
Yeah, they
too?
forgave you. Yes.
All of a sudden, they're like, "Oh, okay."
But you don't have to apologize as long as you put in there viewer discretion is advised. You're fine. You're fine. Now, I always said with Kevin Hart, if I was at his level of status and I said something and people got pissed off as far as being gay, I would just go, "I'm gay." And then you're good, right?
And
You're
they
good.
believe
say-
you.
They believe you because you never know who's gay, right?
They would believe you.
And that makes
I don't
it
think they
okay.
believe Kevin Hart.
And then they say, "Wait a minute, you got your toes done online. You're gay too." I'm gay. I'm gay. Where everybody's gay. So
And now you can say whatever the
just
fuck you
drink
want.
this.
It's all good. It's all cool.
But like, call us.
We'll be all right.
It's all good in the
like-
neighborhood.
818-570-5085 is the number.
That's right.
We need Bud Light to bring us some more of these.
So who is hosting the Oscars? Who they decide? Because they need to do
Andrew
a whole.
Dice Clay.
So let's do a whole background
Yes.
check on this guy.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
exactly
Fuck,
what-
dude, you guys ain't got a time in your life to check that dude.
No, I was joking about Andrew.
Oh, I
Dice
know,
Clay,
but I'm
I
all
wouldn't be
over it.
surprised. Yeah.
Sound
I
like
would
a
actually.
serial killer.
There you go. Who the fuck watches the Oscars?
I
Yeah,
don't watch the
I don't watch it.
Yeah, all right. So there's why
I
you
might have
turned it
watched
down.
it.
I watched
if
the
Kevin Hart
highlights.
was on it. I might have been like, okay, let me see.
The only Oscar I watch is my Uncle Oscar. Go on, Uncle Oscar.
Who's hosted the show in the past? Chris Rock has hosted in the past, right?
Chris Rock.
Quite a few.
He said
Dyson
shit
Clay
about gay
sounds like-
people all. He talks
Oh, yeah,
about gay
I mean-
people all the time.
It's just they cornered Kevin Hart in this one. I think they just like
Did you just
probably-
burp on the air, sir? I
He
heard a
probably
burp.
rubbed elbows with somebody the wrong way, and all of a sudden they got this
Yeah.
fucking hard on for him.
Yeah.
Fuck him up.
Yeah,
He probably
That's
didn't. Somebody. You know, this is Hollywood. You know, Hollywood
I
is
don't
full
gay
of
people talk about short people.
when you
Yeah. Well, Hollywood is full of gay people and Jewish people.
Yes.
Okay. And gay Jewish people. You know what I mean? So sometimes you know
Nothing wrong with that.
Right.
People, you talk about any of those, they got the power in Hollywood, man.
Whenever you're bringing up
Oh, I
old
got
shit
the
from
power.
like 10 years ago, even if you owe me money, like just Delano comes up, hey man, hey LaShawn, remember that $10 for that Sugar Ray Leonard fight back? It's like, damn man, you need that funky ass $10 still? You don't bring that old shit
What was
up?
that for the pay-per-view pitching or what?
Yeah, remember those 10 beers from '85?
You know, it's
with
$50 to get pay-per-view, but
were like
you know,
5 years
it'll be
old.
$10 to get to my house.
Right.
What do they call that
bastards.
when you I guess commit a crime, rape, and then statute of limitations.
limitations.
There's a
Yeah.
statute of limitations regarding some things that we say
money
sometimes.
owed?
You know.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Not for
exactly.
Bill though. Ask OG Crip Bill Cosby, man. He's over there.
That's a trip, huh? Like there's, I know. I guess the statute of
No statute of limitations
yeah,
on
statute
that.
of
Or?
limitation is crazy. Like I get, but what is it? 8 years or something like that
For what?
Yeah.
for rape or something like
Oh,
that.
fuck, I don't know.
I don't even know, but that's insane. And I get it. You know, like there was a situation one time. There was this couple that was dating. She was 17. He was 18. Boyfriend, girlfriend. The
that's
parents knew about this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They have a kid together. The mom was fucking mad at the guy because I guess she knocked her up. She fucking pressed charges on this guy, dude. Fucked up their life. I mean, they're still
Statutory.
married.
Statutory.
They're still
You got a
married.
case. That's
They're
some
still
bullshit.
married. These guys are still married. But now he has to, as a what is it, as a child molester or whatever, he has a sex offender.
They gotta
some
be
shit.
stop being so
That's fucking
bureaucratic
bullshit.
about certain laws like that. Like that's just
Yeah,
crazy.
that should
Like
be
just
like a
messing
judgment
somebody's
call.
life.
And the
up.
in-laws in the
That's fucked
freezer.
up.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or in the desert.
Unbelievable. Oh, that's somewhere.
Crazy. You're just messing somebody's life up.
Right?
For nothing.
It is what it is,
Yeah, that's
man.
bullshit.
Fuck
Yeah,
it.
so it comes down to that. Kind of leads us and transitions us into our next, I guess, topic. One of our main topics. I mentioned it earlier in the show. It's called double standards. Everybody knows what a double standard is, right?
See?
Yeah, double standard is when one sex is being treated differently from the other, and it's just not fair. It's not fair. We live in a very unfair society.
It's not fair.
And so we're going to talk about, hey, that's my Goyle. Anyway, we're going to talk about, I don't know,
Hey.
Fuck, it's not
Don't hurt
fair.
me. Don't hurt me.
Don't touch my body.
It's not fair.
if another grown man, if one
Stop.
grown man says to another, no, shh,
Just stop.
I have a secret.
and he puts his finger on your lips, get the-
What if you put your finger on his lips and then he kissed it?
hey, what if he puts his finger on your lips and it smells like ass?
And then swamp pass. Swamp pass. And then he kisses it.
And yours is sore.
Nasty, man. And he had H on his. Oh, it gets worse and worse, folks.
Shit. Has a herpes on his
What
finger.
if?
That's what happened with
And
Rondo
then,
and
and then he
Chris Paul.
recognized it. Herpes?
Rondo and Chris Paul got in a fight like that, man. Rubbed his finger in his face, man. They went at it. Rockets and Lakers a couple weeks back. That's
I saw
Oh
that.
no, he did it like that. But I'm talking about if he just pushed his finger like
yeah, but he had a little piece of
Gently.
doo-doo on his hand. You know, he
That's
probably
what I
had
was
to-
gonna say, 'cause it
he
smelled like
probably-
ass.
He's like,
Yeah, he probably just shoved it up his culo to take a scratch, you know?
Oh man.
Or I was digging on his crotch to be like,
Hey, what's that thing, Vato B? Every hand. What's that thing you
every
sent
hand.
us?
Well, I forgot
it was a
the-
mental note.
what is it?
Every hand you've ever shook
every hand you ever shaken
has had a dick
in
in
it.
it.
That's true, man. Dude or girl,
Even
man.
a
It's
woman,
been a
yeah.
big,
It's true. It does
That's
not.
crazy, man. Yeah. It makes you not want to date. You meet a female, you're looking at her, she's so precious and so nice, and you look at her hands, you go, this bitch had a dick in her hand.
Yeah. And don't try to be creative either. 'cause
Maybe in her mouth.
And in her mouth.
Dick in
Yeah.
her mouth. No, dick in one hand and the balls in the other. So don't try and pick one hand or the other.
Oh,
She tries
man.
to hug you, be like,
So, you start imagining her being teabagged, and you're like, oh, you got the daydream. You're like, she's like, excuse me. Oh,
thank
All
goodness
that
for
shit-
soap.
All
Thank
that
goodness
shit
for
goes
soap.
away in pre-dating, right? Nobody gives a fuck about that. Like whatever
yeah.
her past was, like you don't care unless you just like pop a video of like, hey babe, hey what the fuck?
Yeah.
Or something like that. But
or when
yeah,
you
but-
think, to ask the question like, babe, how many guys have you fucked?
Yeah.
Oh,
Then it all switches. Then you're like,
Yeah.
then you're thinking like, yeah, some other dudes fucked there.
Yeah. Stay
like
away
that.
from that question.
You just don't give don't
That's
give
the
a fuck.
question.
The past is past. You know, they bring that shit in with I'm glad I wasn't judged for my past because my black ass is. You know what I'm saying? My
Go to
wife was
prison.
like, yeah.
But if you do ask the question, you're like, there's a 3 dick rule. She tells you 3, that means 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless she's a whore, it could mean 22. Yeah.
There's a question. Those are just questions you don't ask.
Yeah, you don't ask.
At
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be
point-
nice if when you put your dick in a female, you could tell how many dicks have been in there? You know?
No, that
Oh,
would
yeah.
not be
A
nice.
dick counter?
That would not be nice.
There would be no couples. There would be just like, hey, nah, get the fuck out of here, whore.
Are you in there with a shoehorn looking around see if you can find one?
It's like a tree. You got lines.
That shit's still
Count
in
the
there.
years.
Yep.
You go in there, you're like 43.
Damn, there's more presidents in this shit.
We men, we get jealous too. Women, that's the moral of what we're saying here. We get jealous too.
Or you can tell who the fuck fucks her.
You can tell.
Oh,
who
their
fucked her.
pictures
George was here.
pictures come up and shit. This motherfucker got in here. This no game motherfucker get this shit.
God damn.
Fucking whore.
You fucked her.
Now I got an H.
You're like Delano. Fuck.
Fucking like you
Now I
fucked
got
Trump.
Now I got gonorrhea.
Yeah, man. So
Every STD they ever had and shit like fucking been cleared. Fuck.
shit, man. Sometimes you can smell how many STDs they have.
Jessica Alba?
Yeah, shit, herpes. Yeah. Herpes. That is true. Jessica Alba has herpes. That is true, folks.
Mental note. Take a mental note.
Yes.
Jessica Alba has herpes.
How many of y'all would still fuck her though? Who would still fuck Jessica Alba if you knew she had
I'm married,
herpes?
sir.
If you weren't
wife. Hey,
married,
shout out
if you
to my
weren't
wife.
married,
Shout out to my wife. Love you.
half our board is married.
I don't fuck anymore.
75% of our board is married. Yeah, he's married. He doesn't fuck anymore.
His dick is in lifetime hibernation.
I was looking for it a little
Oh my
earlier.
God, that's
yeah,
why
I
I
had to
don't-
pee. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I need it.
Nowadays, when he brews beer, like it gets hard.
Hey! That is so. That's what I hear. I've never been married, but I'm so afraid. You hear stories from married men, and we have a lot of married men here today. Is it true that the sex goes down when you get married? I can't deal with that, man. You got to make a choice in life: commitment or new pussy. Okay, and if you go with commitment, it seems like you're gonna get no pussy. You know what I mean? That's what I'm hearing from married men.
Some of y'all got some shitty marriages out there.
Yep.
I'm just gonna say it like
Is
that.
it
Like,
new
you have
or
a
is
healthy
it a
marriage.
clunker? Like this shit's gonna break down. It's been fucking beat so much.
So we're trying to have another baby, so I'm good.
So you good? Yes, you're good. Vato V, you're not married.
and
Would you
rock.
fuck Jessica Alba
Hell no.
with herpes?
No, I can't do
Who
that.
would you fuck with herpes?
No, but no.
That's not what you told me before the show.
I was about to
sir.
say, what the fuck?
yeah, I'm
No.
stuttering and shit. Nobody.
He did stutter.
I would fuck her with
Stuttering John.
I'd fuck her with your dick all night long.
You know what? I would give you my dick to fuck her on that long. No, she has herpes. She has, an H. Anytime somebody has dealing with it, wouldn't it be nice if you could smell an H though?
HPV.
Sometimes you
A little
can't.
hepatitis with some herpes, maybe a hint of HIV. I mean,
Little seasoning.
we're gonna get some T-shirts made with, explaining what the H's are, the 4 H's
Ask
in
me
life.
about the
okay?
H. What an H is.
Yes, ask me about the H, exactly. So let's get into our topic a little bit here, gentlemen. We're talking about double standards, things that certain sexes can get away with than others. And because we're all men here, we're going to focus more on what women can get away with more than men. We also have some things that men can get away with as well for all the women out there. And if you want to chime in on this, the number is 818-633. I'm about to give out my own phone number. Wow. I'm about to give out my own phone number.
Shit.
Damn.
Put Delano's number on the screen.
Delano.
Give him a call.
Woo! I don't want anybody
Flash.
calling me. So you was talking about those H's the other day?
Be like, hey, my name's
Hit me
Butch.
up. Yeah. 818-570-5085. That's 818-570-5085. Text C. He's standing by for your calls. Okay, so double standards. Now, some of the ones I've come up with, gentlemen, I'm going to put it out there and you can give me your opinion. Okay, women can get away with, and we talked about it here a second ago, fucking kids. Okay, they can get away with fucking kids, and I don't mean they can get away with it completely, but the punishment is not as bad as it is with a man.
Consequences.
Okay?
Consequences.
The consequences, right?
The consequences.
So they can kind of get away with it compared to the punishment that men get. I believe they're sort of slapping the wrist.
I know, man. Now that I fucking see it, it's like, fucking bitches.
So men pedophiles go to prison and get their asses whooped, like fucked up
and fucked.
Oh, they killed
and fucked, and then women pedophiles
probation.
Are they giving high fives if they make it to prison? Like, I mean, if they make it, are they getting high fives? Like, you go, girl, you got that 15-year-old. You know,
I'm just tripping on how they're so light on
any
any type of child crime. Like, I'm just tripping on how the justice system is so light on that shit. That should be like life. You know what I mean? Like, you fuck with a kid, like you fucked it life, motherfucker. Like,
So any female out there that's the teacher and has fucked the fucking kid, call us 818-570-5085.
Let me tell you, gentlemen, something.
You know what the difference though is? Like, if a man pedophile has sex with a female, you may screw her up, right? But if a older female, fucks a 15-year-old, you like boosted his confidence.
You know what I mean? Now he's a man.
I believe
confident.
I believe that too. I don't think that's a victim. I mean, it is in a legal sense. But seriously, come on, a 15-year-old boy, that dude's gonna fuck anything.
Yeah. He's gonna go through life.
His confidence will go to Delano status for fucking that lady. When through the roof.
In America, it's definitely frowned on. This is our culture here. But in different countries, like say Africa, sometimes in Mexico, they give away their daughters pretty young.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just give them away.
It depends on the culture for sure. But out here, it's definitely frowned upon. And a male on a little girl,
from Mexico, B?
I was born here. Sure,
a little girl or boy, fuck that. It's all like, no, that's frowned upon in any fucking country.
But your kids be.
They have a sidebar conversation about who he's fucking.
Sir, I have a daughter, sir.
You fuck feet, B? Sorry.
Just slap them fuckers together.
He said feet. His fucker feet.
Oh, that's
He's got a
so
foot
true.
fetish because they always talk about me.
Not your feet, sir. Right? Not have a tech C feet fetish.
How do you fuck
how'd you
feet?
go
You
there?
look for feet with toe jam, so it's not dry.
Fuck the jam, the smegma, the foot
Yeah.
foot smegma.
Stick your finger in that.
Wow, this
Toe
is
jam.
some nasty shit.
Athlete's foot.
You could 3-finger a foot. You know that, right?
Hey, but on a serious tip, I'm gonna tell you guys something very scary.
damn.
I am very, very for punishment of anyone who has or forces someone to do something against their will sexually or anything. Because I've had this to me is when I was a 14-year-old kid, I had a grown man corner me in a room and make propose a sexual thing to me. It was the scariest moment of my life. Because, like this big man, I'm a little defenseless kid. If he wanted to take advantage of me, he could have. And it was the scariest moment of my life.
In that room and
so I can imagine.
A woman, would you have gone for it?
It depends on how good looking she is. At 14 and she's good looking and hot and 28 in Miss Kentucky, yes, and I would go through life even more confident, knowing that should I fuck Miss Kentucky when I was 15. I fucked Miss Kentucky when I was 15. Man, you can't say shit to me.
That's right.
That's where strap a board to your ass and jump in, right?
Judge is giving you murder charges. Shit. You killed those 3 people up. Judge, I fucked Miss Kentucky.
Yes, sir.
Well, in light of that, 7 years, motherfucker.
Case closed.
It's closed.
Sir, you're a loser. You're 44 years old. You can't find a job. Your credit is horrible. Yeah, but you fucked when you were 15. You fucked Miss Kentucky. So we're gonna go ahead and give you this loan. Anyway,
That's got to be worth the participation trophy.
Get the click just for that.
Participation ribbon. There you go. Congratulations.
Okay, that's one of the double standards here. Now here's another double standard here. We're gonna talk about, and this is a serious one. Women are more apt to get away with hitting a man.
Yeah.
With hitting someone.
I've seen that shit a lot, man. It's like a big ass fucking, little woman hitting a big man. Do you know what this motherfucker? All he has to do is just wah, and that's it.
Yes.
Oh
yes.
my god, you hit me! Like, well, fuck. What am I supposed to do? Like, let you keep on kicking my ass?
Right.
Like,
You got so many shots, but still, it's you're very much stronger. It's just like I tell my 4-year-old whenever the baby's just hitting on him and stuff, and then I was like, just chill. But then I said the same thing. I was like, hey, baby, what's up? And she scratches half my nose off. I'm like, damn. Like,
Right.
that shit hurt. But you're still not going to do that. It's just like, you just got to kind of like roll with it. But
it's like, fuck.
just like, get them arms, because those arms are reachy and,
But see, this is shit. Like, okay, so here's the
that's
deal.
a fair one.
And I get it, look, but here's the shit. Like, how much can a man take? Like, you're getting hit and hit, and you're just taking it.
But a man can
taking
overpower a woman to hold her, hold her at least.
Yeah, I
do
get
that.
it. But she
Let's
still,
talk
let's say
about
she
it.
still keeps on hitting. Like, how much is a man gonna tolerate? Everybody has that limit. Like, fuck, you know what? Like, you fucking
Human.
sock me
Dude,
one more motherfucking time, and
It's
that's
like,
it.
it's like, he's like,
Human.
all right, he just outpowers her, holds her from hitting him,
Yeah.
and then she's like, "You got a little dick." Bitch, you went too far.
Speaking from experience.
Nah.
So we have. You're right. A man, we're strong enough to restrain someone who's trying to hit
keep her
us.
from hitting you.
And I'm a grown man. If I hit somebody with a certain amount of strength,
That's it.
Especially, I mean, you know, women, we are the strongest sex. Physically, we're the strongest sex. Okay, women may be smarter in some cases. That's debatable, but we are the stronger sex. And if I hit a woman, okay, especially somebody half or a third of my size, the pain I will inflict on her will be so much more than me hitting you.
Unless we're talking
what I mean?
about what Diamond Girl.
Except for
She'll
Diamond
knock
Girl.
you out.
I mean, Diamond Girl.
Shout out to Diamond Girl. What's up, Diamond Girl?
Diamond Girl. I'll
What's
fuck
up?
Diamond Girl.
Fuck
She'd
Diamond
be like,
Girl up.
I
No,
don't,
I'm just
I don't think so. Boom, knock you
I'll
out.
take that hit and hit her back, and she'll be knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
So if I'm a grown man. I'm a man. Ronda Rousey.
She said she fought
I
men.
will fuck Ronda Rousey up,
She
man.
was fighting men.
Hey,
for
Diamond
training.
Girl, Dylan over here wants
Yeah.
to.
I'm
wants
a
to round
man.
with
Come on, bro.
There it is.
We'll
He wants
set that up for our
hey,
next
Hey, we're gonna call Alex. We'll let her know.
She's
what's
on
up.
her way.
She might have
Yeah.
skill. She might have more skill than me and get some hits
And
in.
speed.
Let me get one hit on her and she's done. She's done.
She rip your dick
Yeah,
off.
she-
So Diamond Girl can beat you up.
Probably.
Diamond Girl can beat you up.
I'm
B?
sure she can.
I don't
She's a
believe
professional,
that.
bro.
She can beat you up too.
And down.
I'm
LaShawn,
not even fighting her. I'm not even going to
you wouldn't fight her?
Nah.
You're a boxer too.
I
You,
would
you
not
box.
fight a woman.
Exactly. But if you did, that's a good point you make. Why would you even hit?
You wouldn't.
Would you let her beat you up though?
I would just see how
Would you
many
let
I
her
can
beat you up?
dodge. I'd just be like this, and then like, hey, yo, call this shit. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
you know
Or
what I
restrain
mean?
her. Or restrain her.
Yeah,
That's what we're saying.
It
Exactly.
would get a lot of friction, and then I get accused of cheating and shit. So I'd be like, yo, Diamond Girl, yeah, you look good and shit.
Oh, Diamond
Like,
Girl.
Come on. Hey, knock it off.
I know. Hey,
Diamond Girl was
Kick his
kind of
ass,
hot.
kick his ass.
She was kind of hot. And then you be, a pedophile. No, she's a grown woman. You
Yeah,
be a
what the
rapist.
fuck,
You be a
man?
rapist.
That fucking flannel shirt you got on is a pedophile shirt. You motherfucker, like,
Right?
you got a fucking white van outside.
He does.
Hello, boys and girls. Would you like to come inside my van?
it's a hillbilly shirt from his hometown,
I love this shirt, man. This
Where you
this
from
was
again?
a gift. This shirt was a gift.
Arkansas.
Fucking 99 cents only.
Just tell me there's beer in that van.
Mud
and I'll
Mill,
get in there.
Arkansas.
Little Rock, Arkansas.
Little Rock, Arkansas.
I love
No, not that hole. This hole.
all my
This hole.
Arkansans
How about,
up there.
uh,
Y'all just mad because I'm from the natural state. Out here, y'all got fires and rapists and pedophiles and shit.
Don't
You have
talk
fucking
In
shit.
Arkansas, we
Don't
have
talk shit.
natural.
You moved your ass here to LA.
I moved out to LA because I wanted to
Go back
I
then.
wanted to live a challenging
wanted
life.
to see the
with
artificial.
fires and people trying to rape me.
Go
and
back
shit.
then.
Over there, they have racists and
We don't-
fucking tornadoes.
Hey, one thing we have out here in California.
Racist and
Hey,
tornadoes.
one thing we have out here in California, teeth. Okay, teeth. Go back to
Yes.
your joint, buy some teeth for them. Some
We
cheap
do.
All my Arkansans out there, if you're listening, fuck these guys.
Wasn't your one of your homeboys a rapist?
Yeah. Weren't two of your homeboys out here rapists?
Do they not replace their teeth because they like to
No,
gum
no,
it?
that shit was on the news though. You told me the other day.
Yeah, I got a friend who I just found out. That's a good thing you brought this up.
Yeah.
I just found out a good friend of mine that I grew up with and went to
Hey,
high
we got a
school
caller.
with.
We got a caller.
Turned out to be a rapist. So let's move on. Well, who's our caller?
Nobody cares about
I
this.
don't
The
know. Find out.
rapist.
Find out.
Is it the rapist?
How does someone even know we're on air?
We got a caller. She's on.
Yes. Go ahead. Yes.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Caller.
Hi, it's Renee T. calling.
Hey,
Renee T. This is one of our
So Renee T.
favorite mentalities. She's called in.
listener.
Long time listener. 80th time caller.
right.
Renee T. How can we help you, girl?
Yeah, I just wanted to chime in, and I want to excuse myself. I'm at work, so if the reception is poor, I apologize for that.
Okay.
okay.
Our mentalians have jobs, as you
But-
can see. That's
Yes.
good.
But yeah, I just wanted to chime in about double standards, especially with the hitting. As a female, and I am guilty of this, I have a couple of times went upside a guy's head.
Oh, I can hear that in your voice,
You're
too.
one of them.
Yeah, and it wasn't pretty. A couple of years ago, I did it really, really, really hard, like pimp slapped the fuck out of him.
Oh.
And
Did
it was
pimp?
bad. And then
all bad.
recently,
Dangerous
like
shit.
last week, I went upside another dude's head.
Last week.
And last week, so
dishing
I
it
Are
out.
these guys that you're dating?
The one who I pimp slapped, that was a guy that I was dating.
What made it a pimp slap? Like, are you pimping out there?
I'm not pimping out here, but it was a pimp slap because I came across the back of my head
backhand.
and across his face, basically.
That is officially a pimp
So,
slap.
yeah, that was all bad. And then last week, one of my coworkers kind of pissed me off. We're not dating, so it was just he upset me, and I hit him across the head.
So what's your question, Miss Renee? Are you?
I mean, it's not really a question; it's more of a statement. I basically feel like, in that aspect, and this is probably the unpopular opinion, but I feel like, you know, if a woman puts her hands on a man, he should be able to put his hands back on her.
Oh, okay.
Both cases, in both cases for me, I was fortunate enough that the men who I hit showed some restraint. However, I wouldn't have been mad at them had they hit. And I even told the coworker this the next day because I really thought long and hard about it. And I said, you know what? You have every right to hit me because I didn't have no right to hit you. You know, I think that's kind of wrong. And I think you men kind of get I mean, I ain't saying go beat a bitch ass, but I am saying that
we get a free shot. We get a free shot.
Chin up.
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you, society. If and what you're saying, that's your opinion that a man has a right to hit you back if you hit him. We feel as men we should restrain you. We can physically restrain you because I'm gonna tell you, if that man does hit you, society is going to look at that man as a woman beater.
Exactly.
They're not going to look at him as somebody who's defending himself. Because men, we can defend ourselves by pretty much restraining you, being physically stronger than you. I could see, like we had a story last week, a woman was like 300 pounds and her boyfriend was 120. Yeah. Now that dude, you know, he has a right to defend himself and you know, and do whatever he can do. You know what I mean?
That's fucked up.
So I guess maybe size does matter in certain situations.
And she killed him.
Yeah, she ended up sitting on him. So
do you think that women hit men thinking that the man will not hit them back?
Yeah, that's a good question.
And that's what I was going to get into. And with the case of the guy that I was dating, I guess deep down inside I knew he wasn't going to hit me back. That's why I could get away with hitting him. I slapped the fuck out of him. Like, he was stunned for a minute. And, you know, this is excuse my French, like I wouldn't say hardcore nigga, but this is a nigga who ain't going to, you know, sit up there and take no shit from another nigga slapping him.
Excuse me. Are you strong or are you strong? Like with a C. That's very important right now. Because that's two different types of strong.
I'm strong.
Okay.
Strong.
Okay.
Strong.
So because there's that WNBA strong that's like, hey, I might have to throw an uppercut on one of them. Like,
no.
Size, man.
Man, it's 6'7".
I would have got my ass whooped. That's no bullshit. I can't beat neither one of you dudes' ass, so I would have got my ass beat.
And you think it would have been you would have deserved that? You would have deserved that if he whipped your ass?
Well, I would deserve, like, not no fucking Ray Rice situation.
Yeah.
But
what's the new dude? Kareem Hunt? You seen that video?
He'll kick you in the shins like you're a
seen
ginger.
That video. He kicked her and pushed her. I thought she had hit him first, but I'm hearing she didn't.
Yeah, she didn't. She didn't. She in that situation, Kareem Hunt's a football player, ex-football player for the Kansas City Chiefs. What happened is there's a video of him pushing, and I have to say it there. I have to say a white female, Todd, I'm sorry, pushing this female away from him. She approached him. I guess she was talking shit in his face. So he pushed her away from him, and his boys had to hold him back from doing any more damage to her. He ends up knocking one of his boys into the female. She falls against the wall on the floor, and then they're still restraining him. He goes up and kicks the female while she's down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that situation right there. And his excuse was that she called him the N-word, which still is no excuse for anything like that. And because she didn't want to have sex with one of his boys or something like that. Now, whether you want to believe all this,
that's okay. Now that's different. Just because somebody's talking shit doesn't mean that you have the right to put your hands on them. You need to be the bigger person and walk the fuck away.
Right. These guys are toasting to woman beating.
Fucker. I almost want to get no West beat.
You have the right to put your hands on them back, man or woman.
Yeah.
Women get convicted of domestic violence too.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. That's
So
true.
This is a scary road that you're going, because then it becomes like, who calls the cops first?
Yeah.
Like a man calls the cops, he got a couple scratches. Guess what? Both y'all ass going to jail.
That is true.
Yeah.
And both y'all gonna be paying some court fees. So
Yep.
they gotta
You're
really
absolutely
consider.
right. That's why the best thing to do is keep your fucking hands to yourself.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
in my situation, like I was saying, and I guess this is part of growing up and self-reflecting, I know I was wrong, and had either one of those men hit me back in the capacity that I hit them in, I wouldn't have been mad at that. You know, I'm not exempt. I shouldn't have fucking put my hands on them. Period. Point blank.
There you go. Well, it looks like you learned your lesson there. Whether he beat the shit out of you back or not.
There are some WWE auditions coming up in January. You might want to consider.
Glow, Gorgeous Women of Wrestling. I think they're having auditions. But you know what, Renee T, I'm so sorry we're running out of time. Thank you for your call. Hope we helped. Did we help in any kind of way? It sounds like you kind of learned your own lesson. You know, keep your hands to yourself, right? That's the moral of what we're saying here. Right?
Yeah, but you guys help in a lot of aspects, so that's why I like tuning in. You guys give me good, solid advice, you know. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Renee T. You can always call. We're always welcome to call. We always love your calls. You always call with great questions.
Yes.
And good luck to you, and try not to get your ass whooped. Okay? All right, Renee T. Love you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. All right, that was Renee T. She'll be calling. She's one of our mentalities. And if you would like to chime in, we have about 3 more minutes left. We're going to end it a little early today because we got some shit to do. Yeah. So give us a call, 818-570-5085. Let's kind of go through this list of one more. Few women can get away with never paying for dates. Okay, they can get away with that without looking like losers. Men, we look like losers. I agree with that. Right? Crying, women can cry without looking like a pussy. Right?
Without looking like a pussy.
Women can cry without looking like if we cry, we're all of a sudden. If you start crying, I'm like, V's a pussy, man.
If he cries, you say, shave your fucking mustache, man. Because you cannot wear that shit.
Yeah, he gets your tears get caught.
Mustaches.
No, shave the mustache because you cannot wear that shit.
My tears get caught in my mustache.
They do, and grown pussies do cry. Grown pussies do cry.
Hey, anytime as somebody asks you why is your mustache so thick, say, it stops my tears. Oh, you sound like such a big pussy. Now, Vato V, you brought up one regarding men double standards. What men can get away with that women can't get away with.
You know what? Having a lot of sexual partners. That's the one.
Yeah.
Women, that's the big double standard. Like, when a man obviously has a lot of sexual partners, she's considered a player, right? Like, he's considered the man. But when a female has a lot of sexual partners, she's a whore. She's a whore.
Yeah, that's true. Which is kind of like the 15-year-old fucking the hot teacher. He's looked at.
She's a whore.
Yeah, exactly. He looks like the man. You know.
Yeah.
This is another way down that highway. It's a gigolo. You know, you can't be a male gigolo and fuck a lot of women for money. It looks crazy, but you can be a hoe and it's like, hey, bitch, bring me all my money. Yeah. You know what I mean? But a gigolo, I mean, those are both shitty professions, by the way. But I'm just saying, like, hey, people do what they got to do for money. One's looked at oddly, the other
not shit on people's professions, sir.
Yeah.
Speaking of professions, I've got one for you real quick before we get out of here.
Real quick, 30 seconds.
How about I'll take sex for personal gain for $1,000?
Prostitution versus gigolo.
Yeah. Hey, can I get a promotion?
Yeah. When women have a tough time in life, they can just go sell themselves. Men, we have a tough time in life. We're screwed.
We're just being like, hey, officer, I got some titties.
Yeah.
If we're just naturally ugly, we're just naturally ugly.
I like that one. That's a good one.
Titty bang bang.
Yeah. All right, guys, we got to go ahead and end this thing. But before we end,
good one from Ginger.
We do this thing there's a new thing on the show called Smash Rule of the Week. Smash Rule of the Week. You want to know what the Smash Rule of the Week is, gentlemen? This is a thing for young men out there who are just getting into the dating game. This is advice coming from a grown man, 45 years of experience, and other grown men at this table. Some didn't participate, but most of these smash rules come from me. Okay, if a woman ever texts you and you give your number out to several women, and one of these women texts you and she doesn't leave her name, she texts you for the first time, doesn't say her name, she's testing you. She's trying to see if you remember who she is, because she's trying to see, how many women did you give your number to? What you do, gentlemen, you don't fall for the trap and go, who is this? Then all of a sudden you're in a bad situation. What you do, smash rule of the week, okay? You remain neutral in the conversation. Remain neutral. Text her as if you know her. Text her in a neutral way until you find out exactly who she is. It works every time, gentlemen. Smash rule of the week. If you have any questions, call 818-570-5085 next week. We got to go. Before we do that, we do a thing. Oh, go ahead, Vato V.
Unless she asks, do you know who I am?
Yeah.
You're fucked.
If she asks you, if you know who I am, then you're screwed. Okay. But, okay.
Mom?
So anyway.
That's a perfect answer.
All right, so we got before we do this thing, we do this thing called before we end the show, we do this thing called Mexican word of the day. What's the Mexican word of the day, Vato V?
Jew.
Jew. How is Jew the Mexican word of
That's
the day?
racist.
I
Can't say that.
You going with us or not?
All right, that's it. That's our show. All you Mentalians out there, catch us next week, episode 38. Catch all of our shows on latalkradio.com, Facebook Live. We had an issue this week. We're going to find out what's going on. Won't happen next week. Or all of our old episodes on YouTube. You can catch all of our
Subscribe,
episodes.
though. Make sure you
Subscribe.
subscribe.
All right, so
Subscribe.
Okay,
Tell your
subscribe.
friends.
Not prescribe, subscribe.
Tell your
YouTube,
mama.
right, so,
Not
Tell
my
your daddy.
tube.
all right, gentlemen. So you're good, folks. You're good. Y'all trying to fuck me up. You're good with all with shit.
deep. That's all.
That's all, folks.
You're good, but with our help, you could be the best. See you next week, folks.
Vámonos.
You're listening to The Mentality Show, only on LA Talk Radio.